Thank you. I now call Mr. Edmund Marukian on behalf of the ALDE group.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, on behalf of ALDE group, let me thank the rapporteur, Lord Richard Ball, for his valuable work and emphasize some important aspects. As a former human rights advocate, I must underline the importance of such mechanisms directed towards empowerment and protection of ombudsman institutions. In a true democracy, it is critical that the governments can be properly held to account for their actions. But whom should a person address to if the authorities violate his or her basic human rights, or if the authorities simply fail to do their jobs properly? Probably the simplest solution may be to seek the help of an ombudsman because it is costless and accessible for the society. Ombudsmen exist in more than 140 states around the world, working at different levels, national, regional and local. And it is very important to secure both prevention of threats and take all necessary measures to ensure the independence of ombudspersons. In his speech on European Forum on the topic of the role of ombudspersons and national human rights institutions, the Ombudsman and the President of the International Ombudsman Institution, Peter Tindal, referred to a number of threats against the ombudsperson over the world. In particular, he has mentioned that last year, the Ombudsman of Lesotho, Advocate Leshte Taole, was publicly searched by the police in the room where he was conducting hearings, in the presence of citizens and journalists. The National Council of Slovakia recently refused to discuss the report of Ombudsman for Slovakia, Dr. Jana Dubovskova, on placement of Roma children without intellectual disabilities into schools for children with special needs. Dr. Adam Bodnar, Polish ombudsman, was outspoken and the government sought to drastically reduce his budget. More recently, he spoke out about his speech following the killing of the mayor of Gdansk. He was then sued as an individual by the state TV company. Those are only some of the examples when legislation and lawful mechanisms have been used to make pressure and limit the independence of ombudspersons worldwide, while new and effective mechanisms should be taken to prevent such kind of practice over Europe. In the meanwhile, it is very important to address the issue of ombudspersons' accessibility to grey zones, because it does not matter whether the part of the world has been recognized or not. It matters that everywhere human rights violations must take place, that the ombudsperson should have unrestricted mandate to monitor and provide with necessary assistance in very single part of the globe. Taking into account the above mentioned and the importance of these institutions, on behalf of ALDE Group, I state that there is a need to establish a set of common standards for ombudsman institutions in order to prevent the undue influence being exerted over and to contribute to the setting up of adequate legal frameworks to protect these important institutions. So, ALDE Group fully supports the report and the resolution. Thank you.